Welcome to part 15 of the 100 Baby Challenge Season 2. And in this episode, so many skills. Dandy and Evan age up. Also, Zed spends more time, just on skills, basically. And the reason Fawn don't age up, because she's a slacker. So she doesn't age up with her brothers. So, of course, she's a rebel. I don't understand. I mean, they work hard. I mean, they get their skills up. They finish their homework. They do extra credit, and yet they still don't get it. They still don't get their grade up. And even get them to study hard, and they still don't get their grade up. I don't understand. I also know why. One, they're late to school, and second, I don't know. They're probably either in a sad mood or in a tense mood, and they don't want to do anything at school. Even if I get them to study hard, and they did all their homework, and they got their skills up that they needed, and they still don't get their grade up. It depends on A, their mood. Second, either they're late to school, and try to skip school. I think that's why. And like I said, remember this was by the last episode 14 was 23 minutes long, because the next video clip was going to be 15 minutes long. And I was right. I didn't lie about that. The next video clip after that would have been 15 minutes long, and it would have made my video 38 minutes long. It would have made part 14, 13 minutes. I mean, it would have made episode 13. No, I can't speak today. It would have made episode 14 38 minutes long with this video clip. Because I made video clips. I recorded my game. I make video clips and put them all together to make an episode. Episode 14 would have been 38 minutes long with this video clip. So that's why I started. It was a new episode for episode 15. Because this video clip is 15 minutes long. The next video clip is... well, I don't know. It's not 15 minutes long. So yeah, just 15 minutes of Zeb doing skills. Maybe we're aging some people up maybe we're aging up Dandy and Evan, because Fawn decided to be a little rebel and not get her grade up. They're not at school yet. We're waiting for them to go to school. No, I don't care about other people's babies. Are you kidding me? Why is my sim responsible for naming other people's kids? That only works if I do the 100 Baby Challenge with the grandkids. That counts grandkids. Then I could see the point of it. But for now, I don't see the point. I'm going to do that for Prince. Stan, yes, I'm going to do the grandchildren. This will be our first time doing 4 generations of Sims. Doing 100... okay. Doing 4 generations with a male Sim will be the first time I do that. With a male Sim. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm testing that out with Stan. There won't be any more generations of Stan after that like I'm doing here. I'm doing 2 more generations of Zev. I'm not doing that with Stan. There's just going to be 4 generations, and that's it. Or maybe 5 generations of 20 kids. No. I don't have that many Lex names. So 20... oh, wait, yeah, I do. Never mind. But 4 generations of Stan is good enough. Not doing 5 generations of Stan. No, absolutely not. 4 generations of Stan is fine. Just like I did with Zev in the first season. Just 4 generations of Zev. I mean, 4 generations of Stan. I'm agreeing to that. But Prince, which is the 3rd season, I'm thinking I'll only do that for do the grandchild version of the 100 Baby Challenge. Where it counts the grandkids. I'm doing that with Prince, okay? No ifs, no ends, no puts. I ain't gonna change my mind. I thought about doing that with him. 4 generations, but no. No. Prince is immortal, okay? He does not do 4 generations. Remember, he's part of the 100 Baby Challenge. He's doing this like as a series, as like a spinoff to the Super Sim Challenge, where he does the 100 Baby Challenge aspiration. So he's going offset, and you're just taking their own little series, because it's going to be so many episodes on its own. It's going to be like probably another 70 episodes just to do the 100 Baby Challenge. So he makes his own little spin-off, doing 100 kids, plus grandkids. So, and then he'd be like he just came back from doing 100 kids. So that would be the grandchild version. That's what I'm gonna do for Prince. Stan, I think I'll do 4 generations of 25 kids, be 100 kids total. I'll do that for Stan, but I'm going to do that for Prince. So someone agreed to do that. It's both Stan and Prince, but I'm not doing both. I'm going to do just Stan. Let's see, 4 generations of Stan, because Stan is mortal and Prince is immortal. I also think Stan lived 4,000 years longer than he should have. Because Stan, without cryosleep, Stan would have died 4,000 years ago. I'm also trying to figure out how to write this. Well, Stan had a brother. Well, Stan does have a brother. He mentions that in the beach. How can anybody just not write about that? Like in a wiki or something. Like, how come somebody just write that off? Like, they just forget about that. People who remember every freaking single detail in Lex, forget the part where Stan mentions he has a brother. Didn't say if he was younger or older, but did say he had a brother. On to the beach again. I swear to you, Stan mentions he has a brother. How come people just write that off? People remember every freaking detail in Lex except that. Are you serious right now? How come everybody remember everything, every single detail about Lex? Every little micro detail about Lex except that. Watch the beat. He does mention a moment in his life when he was younger to Prince. That they both had a friend that didn't share a drink of soda water with him. Stan mentioned he had a brother. Didn't mention that this brother was older or younger than Stan, but the brother nonetheless. How come that was never mentioned any time after that? I mean, how come no other Lex fan ever sat down and say this could be what probably would have happened to Stan's brother? Or, why come no other Lex fans mention that? But me. And when I do mention it, nobody cares. But it cares about every little micro detail in Lex. I mean, They say that the people, the hardcore Lex fans remember every single detail in Lex and talk about it, but not talk about Stan's brother. Why that's not a good detail to mention? I mean, he mentioned it in the episode The Beach. I like to mention it. I'm going to try to write a series that Stan did have a brother, and I'm going to call him Oliver. And Oliver somehow ended up on Earth before Stan did, and has been living a life on Earth. And while Stan was in, and how Oliver lived for so long is because, yes, like Stan, did go on a spaceship and leave Astral B before it was destroyed. It ended up, after he crossed over into the fractal core and ended up in the dark zone, went through cryosleep like Stan did when he drifted on the legs in cryosleep for over 4,000 years. So did Oliver, but on a different ship. He left Astral B before it was destroyed, and ended up in cryosleep. Once he was in the dark zone, he ended up drifting all the way to Earth, and then woke up, saw that he was on Earth, and decided to live there, trying to live a normal life on Earth. And then instead of Stan goes directly to Earth, he goes to Fire and Water. He spends a year there. See, Oliver had an 8-year start, pretty much, because he left the moment his brother was captured by mercenaries. So then 8 years later, I mean, he thought, so the whole time, he thought once his brother was captured, he was pretty much killed. So Oliver abandoned Astral B. He abandoned everything, he's a coward like his brother. And escaped into the dark zone to the fractal core and spent over 4,000 years in cryosleep on his ship, and woke up in the orbit of Earth. I think he was picked up because during this time there were people still going into space and going to the moon. So they probably saw his spaceship and brought him in. But they saw that he was human and he lived some kind of a life on Earth. And then here comes Stan. 8 years, maybe 8 years to Oliver. 8 years later, here comes Stan. And Stan sees his brother. Thought his brother was, thinking that the other was dead. That, 4,000 years. And that would probably be an episode on its own. Maybe when I write season 3 and I write a bit of season 4 off the version of season 3 I'm currently writing, and then Stan sees his brother, long time no see, And then I kind of base all, Stan's brother off the character. When you play this game called, this mobile game called Hidden Hotel, Miami Mystery, that the guy almost looks like Oliver guy almost has Stan's facial features. Think about it. I mean, that's where I got the idea for Stan to have a brother, because Stan had a brother. He mentioned it. He has Stan's chin, and some of his facial features the same, his hair. Oliver from the game looks like Stan. So they could be brothers. That could be Stan's long-lost brother. He ended up on Earth and managed a hotel. He didn't manage the hotel. He supervises renovations and stuff. He's kind of like a partner. It has a weird crew of his own, like some of the characters in the game. It's awesome. See, I told her the first 15 minutes was just Zev working on skills. I'm hoping somebody will call her and say, hey, you want to hang out? Sure, I would love to hang out. Get me out of this house. It's so boring. Please just let me out of the house. Last night, when I was trying to in the middle of the night when I was putting up episodes 10 through 12, I had a video set public to be published publicly, right? And as soon as I hit the publish button, it says, your video is currently viewed is currently listed as private. And I couldn't publish my video. I couldn't share my video because it said it was listed as private. And I couldn't share my video. I was like, what? I just had it set, all the settings listed to public. I never had any issues. And then when I finally go into my settings, where I can view all my videos, it said they were viewed as public. Even though as soon as I hit the publish button, it said it was private listing. Like, what? Then I went into my settings, and it was public. Like, what the heck? So I have to go through my settings, and that's the hardest way to share videos. But I got them shared though. Like, for a moment, I thought there was going to be a problem with my videos. So I had to go in my settings, like, what the heck? And apparently they were shared as public and not as private. Like I first thought. It's like, wait, what's going on with my videos? This YouTube do something to my videos. Turns out they're okay. And they're shared. They're shared now on my Lake Zone group and my Lake Zone page. At first I thought there was a problem with them. Like, oh crap, I don't need this today. So what do y'all think of my theory of Stan having a brother? I mean, on the theory of Stan's brother, the mystery of Stan's brother. So what do you think of my theory? People sometimes make theories up on some details of legs. So that's my theory. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch The Beach. Stan mentions to Prince that he has a brother. He's talking about a story from his teenage years, I'm assuming. Or his young adult years. That there was a moment in his past he had a brother, and they both share a friend. And he was talking about that moment. So that Stan mentioned he had a brother. He didn't say that his brother was younger or older than Stan. But mentioned he had a brother nonetheless. So that's my theory. Somehow Oliver cried to sleep his way through the dark zone and ended up on Earth before Stan did. And had a life on Earth, living as a partial hotel supervisor, living as a hotel supervisor. The Oliver guy does look like Stanley Tweedle. Check it out. I'm not lying. Where do you think I got the theory from? And my new take on Prince. I'm currently writing about. I like that. I like the part of I like the part of Prince having a tail. And, that, because he's different. He's Prince is basically the only one with his abilities. He could be from a different world. That's my theory. And he's different. He kind of I don't want to make him stand out. You know, during the scene where Stan sees the two Kais on Boomtown, right when there's a battle going on between Duke and Boomtown, and Duke and Fifi destroying Boomtown, instead of Stan seeing two Kais, he says, "Is it me or does Prince have a tail?" and his daughter Winter is like, "Can we just move on from this, please? This place is being destroyed. We gotta get out of here." Because Prince doesn't make it to Duketown. Instead, he gets a vision. I mean, Winter has a vision, and Stan does. Because when Winter goes to Stan and says, "Well, how come I have these visions?" He said his mother had visions. She got them from her mother. Because sometimes Winter does question what happened to her mother. And that's explained that the reason why Stan and her mother, Winter's mother, broke up was because she's had a vision about Stan becoming arch traitor and stuff like that in the foreign planets, and she didn't want to be with anybody with that kind of reputation. But you think breaking up with him would change that? No, it did not. He still became her arch traitor, and she didn't. And the mother, Winter's mother, didn't want to be seen with somebody who was going to have that kind of reputation. Because instead of him ending up on the cluster, he would end up back at home still being named an arch traitor. But breaking up with him only made him, is the only reason why he just ended up and stayed on the cluster as a prisoner. And be forced to do security. That's the only thing breaking up did. Was he ended up on the being prisoner on the cluster for 8 years. But still an arch traitor. But if they stayed together, he would have ended up back at home somehow. But breaking up changed things a little bit, but with the same reputation. It's explained in my version of season 3. And I like the thought of Stan having kids. It's part of the 100 Baby Challenge with Stan. I could picture him having kids, of being a dad. But some of his choices, he's not a bad father, but he has to make some questionable choices of parenting. Like, I don't know. You have to read what I've written so far on fanfiction.net. I think either my username is ClusterLizzie or LexFan for Life. And I do have some Lex fanfiction. I like the one I've written about my spinoff. I've written that when I had inspiration. And now I don't have an inspiration anymore to write an episode off of what I've written about the spinoff. I mean, what happens after that? I've lost the inspiration because I was catfished by who I thought was Brian Downey on Instagram. Oh, dang it. Someone else was too. I wasn't the only one. Someone else had a longer conversation with Brian thinking that there was going to be a spinoff. It turns out it wasn't Brian. Yeah, it sucks, though. Because Brian did say that would have been an excellent conversation if that was really him, though. Brian never had an Instagram account. He just has a Facebook. He just has a Facebook account. It was embarrassing. I think he did say that it would have been an interesting conversation. Because he explained that it wasn't him on Instagram. It would have been an interesting conversation about a spinoff. But it wasn't him. And that sucked. That was my... But thinking it was him was my inspiration to write the story. I mean, and not totally, because the WinterCon coming up at the time when I was first writing it, but to finish it actually was my idea that Brian was on Instagram. That was my reason for finishing it. Well, I don't think there's going to be anything after that because there won't be a fifth season. There won't be a spinoff. I think there's also somebody that wrote something better than me. Someone else wrote a spinoff, and it actually looks better than mine. So, I don't think there will be a spinoff, but I think there's somebody afterwards who will write better than me. But my dreams were crushed once again. I've wanted to be a writer since I was 18 years old. I want to be a screenwriter since I was 18 years old. I've been wanting to been a writer since middle school, but a screenwriter since I was 18. And I had my dreams crushed. It's just, I'm 18 and I have more time, but here I am, almost 35 years old. No, I'm not a writer. I'm not like professional writer. I can write, but I'm not professional. I'm not known anywhere. So, part of me's having a midlife crisis. It sucks. I can't get over it. The only way to get over it is if I accomplish something. Like, having one kid isn't enough. And having traveled to some places isn't enough. I need a career. Or another kid. If I can't have either, I'm stuck with anxiety and depression. What will happen to me when I turn 40 and can't have kids again? And I don't have a career? I'll just be depressed for the rest of my life. That sucked. I'll be spending the rest of my life wondering what could have been. I even have a script, a movie script, that nobody wants to look at because it's original. I don't know. Is it because I don't have a literary agent or something? How do people writers get started in the first place then, without an agent? Because they would need it's a catch-22, right? Writers would need, they would need something to get an agent. They would have to have something under their belt, like a script, like that been produced lately to get a script. They need their first script published before they can get an agent. But how am I supposed to get get a script published then? If I needed an agent to do that. But I need an agent. I can't get anything done. How do people get started then? Okay, then there's YouTubing. And a lot of people get paid to do that. How do I do that then? If it's so easy. People just make money doing YouTube videos. And how do I do that then? I'm on YouTube. I'm publishing videos. How come I'm not making money doing it? It's because I don't get a lot of views. How do I get the views in? Where did the views come from? A lot of people do Sims videos. How come I'm not published? I mean, how come I'm not known? I swear there are people that hate me, that control my fate and destiny. Somehow they are, and I don't know how. The people that search keywords and make sure that nothing remarkable, like I'm not known out there. Like I want to be a writer. Well, that can't happen because someone makes sure I'm not going to be known for that. Then there's scriptwriter. There's people out there that make sure I'm not going to be known for that. Then YouTuber. There's going to be people that make sure I'm not going to be known for that. What am I going to be known for? Nothing? I'm just going to be a nobody for the rest of my life? People just make money on randomly coming up with ideas and coming up with a meme. Are you sure there's not anything I've said over the last year that couldn't have been a meme? Really? Are you really serious? I swear there's something out there controlling my life. If there's something going to be better for me, please let it happen now. Is there supposed to be something better for me? I want it to happen right now. Because I'm sure I'm meant to do something besides sit at home and do nothing and twiddle my thumbs all day. There's something better for me. Anyways, we're coming to the end of this video, so stay tuned for part 16 where we have Winterfest coming up. So, and some aging up. So stay tuned for, I think we have aging up. No, just Winterfest. So stay tuned for that.